into my home, my family. I'm called to protect them, right? That's who I am. So, like I said before, if an energy doesn't affect me, right, it will always go to the next available vessel. This is what real spiritual beings go through. So every day, every morning, energy is sent my way, right? Why? Because I'm a speaker. I'm in the public eye. So I'm also a stay-at-home mom, right? So what better way to cause chaos and interference other than through my children, right? Because if my children are acting out of character, I can't read for y'all. I can't do my job for y'all, right? And then you have people on the back end who say, oh, she's neglecting her children. No. Y'all go to work every day and do what y'all got to do, right? You're not neglecting your children. But when I try to do something and you guys hear kids in the background crying, because that's what children do, I neglect my children. No. So this is what happens when 111 energy is sent to my house. This exactly. But you see, I'm a healer. So I'll go in, I'll talk with them, we'll calm them down, and we back to business. But these are some of the tactics. Some of y'all are wondering, like, damn, stuff like, you have kids, and yes, that's your blessing, that's your gift, but you still have to do what you have to do. You still are a person, right? And so it's times like these where you guys got to sit back and think about it, like, damn, how come every time I go to do this, this is happening? How come every time I go to do this, this is happening? Now, our children are merely, right, like everyone else, reflections of what we feel, what we see, what we know. Our children are our children. We know our children. Okay? So when it comes to energy and energy work, this is why I go so hard to protect myself and all that I love and care for. That includes 222, my children, right? This is how I'm able to know that an energy is trying to be projected toward them. You get it? Okay. So I will be on later to do a message for y'all. I was thinking about one earlier. A channel message came through. But, of course, you know how the things work when it comes to those. So I'm going to get on when I can, when the time presents itself. But right now I'm being a mom. And so, yeah, I had to do this video as well because, kids cry. Babies cry. That's what babies do, right? But at the end of the day, that's just what it is. I am literally combating energy every day, all day. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. I be wanting to cry. This shit's heavy. This is heavy. But at the end of the day, I know that I'm doing things to make it better. Imagine if I wasn't. Imagine if I couldn't see the things that I see. Imagine if I had no knowledge that people were working on my household, my children. Right? Imagine if I just completely left them out of the equation and was selfish, 333, and said, you know what? I'm just going to do what I want to do. I'm just going to give the messages and do this and do that. No, I really protect my root. You get it? So with that being said, you see he's calming down the more I talk, right? I don't play when it comes to my babies. I don't play when it comes to their energy. I'm even more harsh when it comes to my children's energy. Talked about this yesterday. People sending projections and stuff to my children. People sending projections to my children to make them act out of character, right? And people do this, why? To make me look like I don't know how to handle them. 414. Thank you, Nana. Right? Make it look like I'm not a good parent. But children are children, right? What goes on in your household? When your kids are screaming, what do? Yeah, you got off. Okay. What do you do? Is someone calling you a bad parent all the time because your kids are crying? Okay. Would you like to be called a bad parent because your kids are crying? On the flip side, would you like to be called a bad parent? 444, thank you for my protection for my family. Would you like to be called a bad parent when you know there are other people who are doing these things intentionally to make you look like such? I don't fall for it. At the end of the day, it is what it is. This will continue to be, like I said, my journey. This will continue to be something that I am met with. This will continue to be my life. And so when I chose the path of love, I guess I got to understand that the other path is right next to it, right? Right across the street type energy, right? That's why there's two sidewalks, two sides to the street. I'm on one side, the other side's on the other side. Okay, I understand that. But I can't stop what I'm doing. I'm being called as quiet as I've been. I'm getting like yelled at by spirit for not talking. That's how much you guys think that I have said a lot. There's so much that I have not stated. There's so much that I have not said. We haven't even reached the tip of the iceberg with all the information that I know, see. More comes in every day. Every day I wake up, there's a new download. Okay? 555. Every day I wake up, there's a tower. Every day. Every day. But every day, I got to keep going. I have to keep going for myself. I got to keep going for my person. I got to keep going for my children. I was going and doing for my family, but they're going 616 against me. So look up that number 616. It talks about the home, talks about the family. Look it up, right? So now I am going with what resonates with me and my soul and spirit. And what my soul and spirit resonates with is love. So wherever the love's at, that's where you'll find me at. I don't have time to go back and forth, right? So this is just where it is, as a mom, a spiritual healer. I want to talk about the day-to-day, everyday life, and tap in on that because I know there's a lot of readers. I'm not the only reader that has children. And I know there's a lot of readers that deal with this. Like you're being called to give messages, but you have distractions around you. And, children are not the distraction, but when you are called to do something, the things that require your attention outside of what you're being called to do can become a distraction. Understand, 707. You guys are here for something big, right? And you got to think about it this way. We can focus on the attacks, right? Because for me, it's coming in all areas. My money, my love life, my children, my home, everything. Everything I want to do, 7/25, my birthday. Everything, 777. Okay, 21, that's done. Thank you. Okay, see, I channel just like this, just this fast. Snap of a finger. You know what they say when you snap, right? Changes. All right, so we bringing them in. But it is what it is. Y'all keep doing what you got to do. Get through these things. Get through these times with optimism, positivity, and just know, you guys, you have to just know that things will get easier, right? It will get easier. It will get easier. So that's what I got. Don't give up. Don't stop, right? You have kids for a reason. Your kids are kind of like, for those of you who are really spiritual and really tapped in, you're understanding, like, just like, you got to think about it. Your children are a reflection of you. They are you. They are your seed, right? And if I told you there was a seed of creation inside of each one of us, well, then we grew our seeds, right? So our seeds come from us. And if that's the case, if we are being attacked because we're ascending, so are our children. We know this. We've talked about people working on children, right? Just like me, all the work that's been done on me, transformation. It gets forced upon me. My transformations and ascensions aren't like, okay, let's do this. No, they're forced upon me, 848, because of all of the magic. You understand? It's the same thing for our children. You don't think so? Our children at 858 are going through ascensions and transformations as well. They were just waiting on us. You understand? Here's the thing. We have an energy signature, right? When we go through something, that energy emits itself. Whoever is around that energy picks up that frequency. So as we ascend, our children ascend. They are the closest ones to us. They are the first ones that will ascend. And let me say that before someone else will. When it comes to our life, that's when we start to realize the children that were placed in our lives and why. This is why all children should be loved differently and should be respected as different individuals. Because each child that we are blessed with came here to do something different for themselves and actually for us. These are soulmates. Our children are soulmates as well, okay? And I say soulmates because it is what it is. They help us grow. We help them grow. It goes back and forth, right? 10:01, 10:10. Let me say it like this. As we ascend due to magic, our children ascend due to magic. So we got some little kids, right? We got some little kids, however old your children are, right? If you've been dealing with spiritual warfare, I just got to make it clear, so have they. You've been feeling their energy all off, weird stuff. They're going through changes. How do you help a kid go through a spiritual awakening? You got to first know that they're going through one. How do you know that they're going through one? Because you know that you went through one. And it just makes sense. So that's some of the messages. It will help you to keep your patience as well when going through these things, right? It will help you to understand, like, damn, you know what? I'm changing. They're changing. Everything's changing. The world's changing. Okay. Kids don't know how to vocalize their emotions, what they're feeling, what they're seeing, you know? But at the end of the day, we're called to. So when I tap into the energy, I'm like, okay, my kids are acting like this because this is going on. All right, well, I can't change what people on the outside are doing, but I can come in 11:11 and pray over them, right? Put hands on them in a positive way to heal them. I can ask my spirit team, you know, what I need to do on the flip side, 11:22, 33. I can ask God, I can say, listen, protect my babies from all negative energy, entities, and attachments. Remove from my children all negative energy, entities, and attachments, and seal them up in a protective bubble, right? I can do that all day. Okay. So there are things that we can do. We are generational curse breakers. Why do you think we're meant to break so many curses off of ourselves? You think we're just supposed to use our gifts on strangers? Our kids were a gift. We can heal our children. I believe children are our future. Okay? We can heal our children, and that's what we're being called to do. The next generation is already here that we're being called to heal. They're already here. Like I said, God was just waiting on y'all. A lot of y'all are praying to God when it comes to your families. You know, when it comes to these situations, God was waiting on y'all. 12:21, 33, again. On y'all to get the big picture. To see, okay, if I said you were protected, why are you stressed out about your kids? Aren't they a part of you? Don't they come from you? Why would I protect you and not your kids? When God said you have divine providence, that meant what? Okay? You guys got to understand it deeper. Don't get caught up in the energy. Energy never lies. It will tell you what you need to know. But at the same time, once you know, you got to change that. You got to transmute that energy, you guys. All right? So for a lot of y'all, it's like a lot of clearing work in your homes right now that you guys should be doing, I feel like. You know, just a lot of purging. I'm hearing like spring cleaning. I know it's not spring, but if you guys have like a lot of stuff like clutter, it's time to declutter, okay? It's time to just get yourselves in a proper mental space to do this work that's coming up, because collective chosen beings, the time is approaching where a lot of you guys have been fighting, right? I'm seeing y'all like in the spirit, like fighting. You know that song? Push these niggas off me like, Yeah, okay. Y'all in the spirit like pushing the snakes, pushing the fakes, pushing them all off me like, that's y'all, okay? I see y'all in the spirit. Every time I hear that song, I laugh because that's what I think of. Like spiritual beings in the spirit, like pushing snakes and fakes and all types of stuff off. Keep doing it, right? I'm seeing your spirit team laughing right now. Your spirit teams are funny. Your spirit teams think it's funny that people want to keep trying it. But just as your ancestors protect you so heavenly, I should say, they do the same for your babies. Your babies were giving to you 14 for a purpose, 55, right? So through these challenges, through these tests, through these lessons, okay, continue to do what you're being called to do. And know that the things that we experience in between time are meant to make us stronger, meant to make us better, and show us that there is truly always something we can heal or someone we can heal, right? Don't give up. No, you're not the only one dealing with this. Yes, I understand the kid situation when it comes to you being a spiritual person. Yes, I understand the trials and the tribulations and all the things that you go through, all the stress that you face on behalf of trying to be a person of God, a person of truth, and a person's clarity in a world that's full of darkness, fakeness, and frauds. I understand you. I resonate with you. And I just want to tell you, keep going, all right? Like I said, now is the time for a lot of people to start standing in your power and in your truth. It's not the time to shy away. It's not the time to be fearful. It's not the time to have anxiety and stress. Now is the time for the chosen beings to truly, truly, truly give it what you got. Give it what you got, okay? See how quiet it is now? I'm talking. My kids are listening. You see? Kids listen very well. It's adults that don't. It's older people that think they know everything and can't be taught anything new. But children will always listen. Children will always listen, okay? So that's why we got to teach them right. Now. Not when they're grown and they have families of their own, but now. Okay, so channel message from my person yesterday. I don't think I got it for you all yesterday. But yeah, masculines got messages too. Masculines is, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. Masculines and divine feminines collectively, right? Because we got two twins, right? We got feminine and masculine. So you take what resonates for you, divine feminine and divine masculine. This is a message from my masculine. This is a channeling. This is what he says that the divine masculine collective and, on his side are feeling, okay? 1636. Change and cutting people off. Pay attention and mind your business. Does this not sound like a divine masculine? Change and cutting people off, and I feel like that's divine feminine's energy. And I feel like the masculines are in the energy of pay attention. He's talking to divine masculines. And then to all those karmic energies, mind your business. So pay attention and mind your business. We have divine haters is our new term for karmics, right? They're divine haters. And divine masculine calls them bugs. So for karmics, that's what it is, right? Divine masculines out there, I feel like a lot of you guys have a connection to insects, like bugs and stuff. Some of y'all may have been seeing like a lot, like I know there's an increased bug insect sighting that we're seeing, right? Like crickets and caterpillars and flies and ants and bees. And that's like, those are, because, bees symbolize the sun, prosperity. And we all know that's divine masculine energy. So when you see lots of bees around, that's a sign that divine masculines are in their, their abundance, their prosperity, their light energy, their sun energy. Okay, divine feminines, that's why the bees are following y'all, because you would a real one. Okay. So, divine masculines are calling the karmics bugs. Let me see. And I heard, shoe fly, don't bother him. That's what divine feminines are telling these divine haters when it comes to their masculines. Shoe fly, don't bother him. And then I gotta say, all I know is my masculine hates flies. So, I don't know. That's it. So, that's what that is. That's a message from the divine masculine collective. All right, especially I want to say my divine masculine, and that's how they feel. Divine masculines are very divine masculines are a lot of y'all's hidden helpers. Okay, divine feminine, because there's not a lot of twins that are in physical union. I want to say that. So even if you don't have a divine masculine that's around you, he's around you. And I told you before how you know this. Your masculine will show you things. The sun is hot, right? The sun is hot, right? So you get flush. You get these hot flashes, heat flashes, whatever you call them. That's your masculine, like tapping you. Like, hey, I'm here. You in a room with an AC on and you sweating. That's your masculine. Tap in. Listen to what he has to say to you. Communication is not physical. This is a spiritual connection. It's forged in the spirit. It's forged behind the scenes. You understand? You can't come into a physical union, divine feminines and masculines, unless you've established the spiritual union. The spiritual union sets up the unbreakable bond in the physical. You get it? Listen to yourselves, all right? This is why isolation ain't really isolation if you're a twin, because all your isolation will do is bring you closer to your other half. How can it not? Because if one twin is being put in isolation, so the other. But distance makes the heart grow fonder, does it not? When we fighting for something that we love, we'll do what we got to do to make sure that we have that, right? So if that is the only way that you can communicate with this person is telepathically or however you guys communicate, that's God granting you and only you an opportunity to still converse with the person that you were literally created to converse with. And that's why these things, when you think about it, people can't understand them. People can't fathom these things. Regular people can't fathom 2020, how all of these things occur to you guys and you still come out the way that you're supposed to, or the way it was designed. You see what I'm saying? The divine design. I know we're going off topic, but it is what it is. Divine feminines out here need to know that they're not alone. And I know a lot of you guys getting these messages about, oh, divine masculine this and, da-da-da-da-da. They keep talking about like Most High is sending in someone. That's your masculine. You'll know if you're a true twin. If you're sitting here and you're listening to these readings and you're like the divine sending someone in and you got to worry, like, is that this person, that person? And two, maybe you don't need to be watching tarot. You understand? I told you guys before, you guys got to pay attention to, for me it's been like 4 years, but you got to pay attention to the readings now and the readings that y'all listened to 4 or 5 years ago. You see, because those are the ones that are resonating right now. The messages that are coming out right now in the Tarot Collective are a lot of past energies that are being exposed now. A lot of these things have already occurred up until now. Get it? But the light is being shown now. A lot of these situations aren't going on presently. When the light is shown, situations move forward, right? Because in a solution is seen, right? You can't find a solution if you can't see the problem. Now solutions are coming. All of the activity that led up to this, there was a culmination of things. And this is why I said you guys need to go back like a year or two in these readings of these readers that you're watching and see where you fit. Because a lot of readers didn't know what they were talking about back then, because this changes every day. We still have a lot of readers that are talking the same messages, but it's not really happening. This is why you guys need to trust yourself. I hate 2222, thank you, my life path, 22-4. I hate these twin flame readers that are not in union, that only deal with karmic men, that have stated to the world that they will never come into union with their twin, their divine counterpart, have bashed them, have talked trash about them, have talked trash about the divine masculine collective as a whole, and then still want to push messages and claims. I feel like it's wrong. I feel like when you do that as a reader, you don't have no wisdom about twin flame if you've not been in union. How can you tell a collective, a world of people, about a divine union that you have never experienced? How can you tell people about their future with their person when you have never even experienced a present physical reality with your person? There's wisdom here in messages, not just people talking because they feel they know something, because they feel like they're a twin. There should be no readers talking about divine twin flames that aren't in union, because how do you know? At this point, it's not to just keep watching tarot to be stuck in a fantasy land. Tarot is energy, and energy is meant to show none of us in the physical. So y'all out here in these readings, people, you are literally setting them up to not know what to do. Because at the end of this, for a reader who is not in union, who is not even communicating with their person, who says they want nothing to do with their person, how do you get on a platform and speak love and life and healing and togetherness and unity and harmony is the twin flame freaking journey if you're not doing it? You can't do that. We need more. This is why, again, they're talking about divine masculine stepping up. Divine masculine's feeling called. Because for divine feminists who have been out there, a lot of y'all been talking. And God knows the right time to send that person into you. God knows when that person is needed in your life. And it's not even about what you need, divine feminine. God knows what and when and how to move on your behalf. Okay. So, with all the illusions, okay, Y'all need to know your divine masculine is real if you're a real true twin. And there's been so many illusions by these people in the collective that think the twin flame journey is something that it's not. Might have to do a message on this again, because we started talking about kids and now we're talking about twins, okay? All I know is, divine feminines, you're not alone. You're not alone. Divine masculines, you're not alone. You're not alone. Neither one of y'all are alone. You're the greatest team y'all will ever have. And everything that comes from the team, the foundation that you guys are building and creating is blessed. Every brick that you guys put on top of the other one to build is blessed. Every brick is hand delivered from the divine. It's pentacles, even the hand. That pentacle is the brick. That's the foundation. You guys got to understand why you have to go through all of the things. Because if you, divine feminine, so many times where I felt you, my energy, like, damn, I wish you knew. Like, do you know what's going on? Can you see what I see? Do you hear my prayers? Do you feel positive energy? Do you know that I'm thinking about you? Can you feel my heart? Do you resonate with me? Divine feminines, this is you. Divine masculines, okay? Feeling things. I'm getting goosebumps, so I know I'm accurate. Divine masculine, feeling things, not being completely sure, being told one thing and then being told something else, and then seeing you, divine feminine, and put the divine masculines in a space. Well, damn. Well, y'all said that this bitty was crazy. You see? Y'all said that this bitty did this. Y'all said that this bitty did this. But at the end of the day, you got a man that sees you, divine feminine, at your core like you see him, and knows none of it's true. Now, when this happens, this causes an ascension. Because divine feminine, your cries, I can hear your tears when they drop over the phone. Okay? Yeah. I'm getting goosebumps. Your tears, divine feminine, your heart, it's heard. Not just by God. God created you for a purpose. And if your purpose was to be a twin, see that as a blessing. See that as now looking back like, damn, all this time, all my life, I thought I was walking alone. Here I am. And I got a whole other being that was created to equal me out, to balance me out. My whole life has been fucked. But God been working on it the whole time. Because he knew when I got to this point, when I got to this space, when I was ready for this situation, that I would be blessed by destiny, by karma. So divine feminines and divine masculines, nothing happened in vain. Okay? You got to know that. Everything that you guys went through as a real twin was to bring you closer to self, individually. And then when you get closer to self, you can see another self. And that's just in life, period. That's just in life, period. You can't see nothing about nobody else, or you shouldn't be trying to, until you can see yourself inside and out. Backwards, forwards, sideways, upside down, in a circle, all that. You shouldn't be looking for nothing. All that looking, reading, searching on someone else's life. But this someone else is changing every day. Is that why people be looking so hard? Because chosen beings have the power to transform any situation at any given time. All they need to do is call. That's a tired life. Divine feminines and divine masculines, y'all ain't tired. Y'all is healing. Y'all is transforming. Y'all are seeing things clearly. And it's not meant to hurt you. Right now, it's just meant to give you that overwhelming sense of gratitude and praise. Because a lot of us, maybe we know there's a higher force at play. Like for me, when people used to ask me, like, do you believe in God, right? I would say, well, I believe in something higher. I believe in something greater than myself. I believe there is something that works on our behalf, right? I always believe that. But when I was asked about God, I couldn't pinpoint and say, yes, I believe. I do. But I had to be shown. I had to be one of those people that was made a believer, because I did not always believe, because my life never showed me that there was a God that was helping me and on my side, you see. But now we see that, okay, if we dedicate ourselves to searching for the God that we have heard about, right? The one that makes all things right, the one that heals all sins, the one that forgets our wrongdoings, the one that says, come to me, right? When we started believing that through every situation in our life, that's when God was actually able to pick us up and put hands on us. and cover us. Because God can't cover us if we're running from him. You see? Ain't nobody gonna chase you to protect you. Doesn't that sound crazy? Just think about it. That sounds crazy. That's why God says, come to me. When you come to me, whatever the desires of your heart are, I will fulfill them. He has made all things beautiful in his time. His time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. Not our time. Divine timing isn't our time. So I thought this would never end. Divine has a specific time where fortune is the clock. No, that. Hand time. Okay? These things that are happening at this time. You guys need to know unions are coming. From a twin, unions are coming. And I don't care what these readers are talking about when it comes to y'all. Here's the thing. The real ones already know this. The real ones have already formed their unions. So you have the real ones who are sitting back watching the false prophet. See? Watching. You got divine masculine watching these readers. Like, what is this biddy talking about? They're on 13. These readers don't realize it. And that's why I say when you have real twins that are in positions of power, hierarchy twins that are union, you guys are supposed to come on and stand just like this to allow other people to know that this is not just a dream. This is actually real. People actually do the most. But the most is always seen. And we just divine masculines be working, divine masculines be handling their business, taking action, emperors, right? Don't have time to gossip, don't have time to sit around and plot and plan and to destroy people. Divine masculines don't move that way. Divine masculines understand karma. Divine masculines understand, divine retribution. Oh, wow. Damn. Divine masculines understand the game, you see? So divine masculines, now, I feel like there's a lot of divine feminines that are like, yo, babe, look at this reading. Like, I just heard that. I don't call my person babe, so that's not me. But there are a lot of divine feminines that are like showing their masculine now, like all of the BS that's happened over the years, all of the reasons why. Because I feel like there's a lot of masculines that are like, damn, like I said, out of all these magical illusions, right? Well, I don't want to call them magical. I want to call them devilish illusions because, that's why the dreams and visions we had seemed so far off because people were projecting so much negativity. We couldn't see our reality as being actually true. We thought it was a fantasy. You see? Mental manipulation and how it truly works. No, our reality is divine. And so you guys need to know that things are changing for your better. I keep seeing doves. I was never seeing doves before. Okay? So I saw a dove yesterday and I saw a dove the day before. That's 2 doves. Last night I saw 2 black cats. So 2 double blessings. Double. That's twins, right? Let me see. I'm seeing everything in 2s right now. 2, right? 22. What does that break down to? You got 2 spiritual beings. 2. That's why you're seeing 2 signs. 2 means union. 2 means harmony. 2 means peace. 2 means balance. So 2 is y'all, divine feminines and divine masculines right now. 2 times is 4. So what is that? 4 is the emperor, correct? So the emperor takes action, right? But before the 4 comes the 2. So that means divine masculines and divine feminines are putting their intuition together and moving forward together, taking action together. Now, when I say together, I mean balanced and in harmony, meaning divine feminines ain't sitting here worrying no more if they can make a move toward their greater because they're worried about a masculine that doesn't want them to move forward. You see, there were so many lies about these masculines wanting to hold divine feminine back. These were the lies. Divine masculines don't want to hold the divine feminine back because divine masculines realize if they hold back their feminine, then they're in that energy too. Twins have to move forward in alignment, When I move, you move, just like that, okay? Literally, that's how twins have to live out their life in order for harmony. You are the same, but you have different experiences are bring you closer together. And that's why when warfare is out here, and I be talking about it so out there, it's because I really, 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 really need people to know that all these messages that these readers give are here because it was all feminine was always supposed to walk away from divine masculine. Divine masculine was always supposed to walk away from divine feminine because he felt she was crazy. Why did divine masculine feel divine feminine was crazy? Because divine feminine could see everything that was going on. Epiphany. So they wanted to divide and conquer, divine feminine, divine masculine, right? First off, they wanted to divide and conquer. Because if masculine's not around, divine feminine, you're vulnerable, is what the world thinks, right? But you got spirit all around you. That ain't even letting nothing come to you. You see? So, this is why I said I pushed the messages that I pushed so both sides, divine feminines and divine masculines, can know what's going on. And that's been hard for me. Because just because you speak it doesn't mean someone's going to grasp it at that point. You see what I'm saying? So I just got to pray in my heart every time I do these messages that the person that I love, my soul, my core, my twin, knows that I hold him in the same vibration that I hold myself. I know that the King of Swords that the Most High said would be sent to me, who could see as well. I know that's my person. Now, they keep throwing up this King of Swords and this Libra energy in all these readings. King of Swords isn't always, it's an air sign. But I feel like King of Swords is Libra energy, just like, the Justice card. For whatever reason, I see the King of Swords, I see Justice card. I don't know, right? We need truth and justice, so King of Swords just makes sense. So a lot of you guys seeing these King of Swords in reverse, that's someone who is a liar, right? That is not a divine masculine. That's someone who is in a position of power, right? Who is lying to get justice for them. That's how the King of Swords in reverse works. I'm just saying that. Now, so with that being said, there's really nothing to worry about. People think because in the physical, your life appears one way. But this is what I said, you guys are spiritual beings living a human experience. You understand now why it's so important to know who you are and stand in that? You can't go back and forth. You can't be a person one day and then be like, oh, I'm divine the next day because I need this protection. No, because that's not how you get protection. You got to walk in that righteous path every day, one foot in front of the other. You have to. Because spirit ain't going to play with y'all. I'm already telling you now, all parties involved, spirit, physical, divine masculines, divine feminines, they're all waking up at the same time. And it's people do magic on me since I was a child. Page of Cups, since I was a child. I would never, ever to be doing what I'm doing. But maybe I was. If I came into this world off of magic, then why would I not live my life removing the magic? So I could actually use my magic to create the life I want. You see, that's the way I look at it. Nothing in my life is by chance. Nothing is a coincidence. I don't see that at this time. I see that everything that's happened or is transpiring is for our betterment. Ain't nothing like being able to have a connection that you know can't be broken. Ain't nothing like having to not worry about a person. The worry that you guys have is on the well-being of your person. Not if they're doing this, if they're going here, if they're doing this, if they want you hurt, if they don't love you, if they don't care about you. That's karmic-ish. Y'all are worried about the mental spaces, right? And the emotional spaces of your person. And those will be fine the more you realize what it's all about. The more you realize that you need more love, the more love you can put to that other person. You understand? It's a reflection. So you feel in your person, they're a little drained or you feel they're tired, divine feminine, throw them some energy. Send them some positive energy. You don't got to tell nobody nothing. I do it for everybody all the time. Nobody nothing. Well, I just did, but you feel something divine feminine, you feel a little bit low, you got to think, well, damn, maybe my masculine's feeling that way too. That's how I have always thought. Always. Let me send him some energy. Send him some energy. Next thing you know, he's hitting you up like, hey babe, how you doing? He felt you, even if you don't know that he felt you. Even if he doesn't know that he felt you, you sent the energy. He hit you up. That was confirmation. Keep going with that. Forge that unbreakable bond. There ain't no human that can shake that. Nothing. This is what God wanted. Something built so strong and sturdy that it would be able to stand the test of time. Time. Understand? I love y'all. I'll see you later.